What's up, Minecraft gamers, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And today we're gonna be taking a look at the Blue Eyes Evolution structure deck, the brand new structure deck that came into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and opinions on whether or not you should get this structure deck. Spoiler alert: this structure deck is absolutely insane, and I should not be saying this so early in the video for watch time's sake, but for free-to-play players and pay-to-win players, this deck is fantastic. It is absolutely insane on how much value you get for the structure deck. So I really hope that you guys are excited for my review on this structure deck. If you guys are, leave a like in the video down below, sub to the channel if you guys are new, because this structure deck is insane. I'm going to give you guys all my reasoning on why this is fantastic for brand new players. Like, this structure deck is going to help out new players so much and returning players for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and it's pretty useful for all of you guys that are willing to spend a lot of quiche on trying to get every card into the game, because some of the cards from the structure deck is also really good for us pay-to-play players. I'm unfortunately one of them, and I wish I was not. But still, let's go get into today's video. But of course, before we do, I gotta give a shout out to all the YouTube members at the Chaos Triangle Pioneer tier and the Misty Treadle OnlyFans tier. So I'm gonna shout them out real quick, and then I'll get into the breakdown on why this structure deck is so dang good. Hey, would you look at all these cool people right here? That literally could be you. If you want to become a YouTube member today at the Chaos Triangle Pioneer tier and above, you get shout outs at the beginning of each video. And shout out to Hazri ASMR, Aaron Fox, Caboose1241, Hope to Cruise, and Mr. Kayla1354 for being YouTube members at these tiers. You guys are amazing, and thank you for the continued support. Without further ado, let's get into today's Duel Links review. So let's talk about the structure deck, why don't we? And first things first, I'm going to break it down for why the structure deck is so good for any of you new people or for any just free-to-play players in general. This structure deck adds so much value at the game at 1,000 gems. Now, as being a free-to-play player, you're only going to be willing to spend gems only and not any money. I'd still probably recommend spending a little bit of money on the structure deck if you have a couple bucks lying around, but just straight up from the 1,000 gem purchase, you get so much value out of this structure deck. First of all, you get one copy of Whitestone of Ancients. This card right here, you need 3 copies of in your Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. It's one of the core cards of this deck, and getting just one copy of this guaranteed without spending any packs in the mini box is fantastic value right there. And you don't need to dig into that mini box for that third or the second copy of whatever the case may be. So that's value right there. It also comes with one copy of Dragon Spirit of White, which you only need one copy of this card anyways to run in the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. All the competitive builds only rock one copy of this card right now, so that right there is amazing. Same thing with the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, which comes in the structure deck. Pretty much every competitive deck that plays Blue Eyes White Dragon only rocks one copy of this card right here. And last but not least, we have Cards of Consonance, which is a really good card at 2 or 3 copies of, but just getting one copy of this card for free, especially as a free-to-play player, is going to help out so much. Right here, 4 cards that are very core for the deck is all in one structure deck right here that you only need to pay 1,000 gems for, and you don't need to waste so much gems and so much time on all these boxes where you just get them all from the structure deck alone, which is just absolutely insane. Another thing too, being a new player, and I'm going to talk about this card a lot right here, is that this structure deck comes with 2 copies of Ultimate Providence. Again, the top tier builds of this deck do not rock Ultimate Providence, but for being a new player and not having access to all the very powerful and broken trap cards in the game, Ultimate Providence right here is a fantastic side pick or like alternative pick to some of those very expensive cards that works just as well, if not better, in certain situations. That's fantastic right there. And this deck also gives you one copy of King of D, which we're going to talk about too, because this card is also really, really good. It's much better at 2 or 3 copies, but at the same time, getting one copy of this card is still really good for a new player and whatnot. So right here alone, this card, this card, this card, this card, and this card, and this card is fantastic. And you get them all just by spending 1,000 gems from this structure deck. Now, while this structure deck, buying it by itself won't give you like a super competitive deck to get king of games right away, it's still going to give you a foundation and help you so much when it comes to building and getting really close to that optimal Blue Eyes White Dragon build and being able to just easily destroy the ladder with Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's not going to do it on its own, but it's still going to help so much. You don't even understand. Like I said, you get so much value out of this 1,000 gems right here. Now, for being a pay-to-play player, getting 3 copies of King of D is going to be fantastic. I wasn't sure if it was going to be worth it to spend get 3 copies of the structure deck just for basically Twin Burst Dragon, but again, Cards of Consonance for me personally as like a pay-to-play player, getting 3 copies of this card was fantastic, so I did not invest into the Black Storm box, so getting 3 copies of that is fantastic. And King of D is a fantastic card at 2 or 3 copies of, because it really is going to make or break Blue Eyes moving on in the future. You're going to be seeing a lot of builds that are going to be very top tier with King of D for the fact that you can search the Melody of Awakening Dragon with King of D right here. You're going to be able to search for the Melody Awakening Dragon with King of D, and that's going to help go into combos into searching for Blue Eyes White Dragon and Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, which, fun fact, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon is a free-to-play card, so you get it for free for playing Duel Links. That's awesome right there. And you can utilize Melody Awakening Dragon to search for stuff like Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Fantastic card right here, and I'm going to show you guys my spicy Levianeer deck in today's video. So even being a pay-to-play player, King of D is worth it alone right here. Now that I've talked about the benefits of being free-to-play and pay-to-play, let me show you guys some example decks on what you can aim for with this structure deck, and let me show you that real quick. Now, this is for all of you free-to-play players out there. This is going to be an example deck that I'm showcasing to you guys on something that you want to potentially aim for. Now, I know you see 3 copies of Karma Cut, you see 3 copies of Regeki Break, you see 3 copies of Sage of Eyes of Blue. You're probably crying right now and saying that this is not free to play. Of course it's not. Now, you can actually get all these cards being free to play. You actually can, but it's going to take a lot of gems or money. Like, it is. I'm going to show you guys some alternatives that you don't need to run all these cards right here. But this is kind of like the top tier version of this deck that's just Blue Eyes White Dragon that you definitely want to aim for and definitely take some notes from, because there's a lot of really cool stuff from this right here. But I'm going to give you guys a lot of suggestions of what you can and cannot do with this. So don't cry too much. Don't cry too much, okay? First things first right here. Again, Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon, all free to play. You get these cards for free from just buying the structure deck and playing the game right now. Cards of Constant. You get 1 copy of this card for free from the structure deck. You get 1 copy of White Stone Ancients for free from the structure deck. Ancient Rules, a very powerful card for Blue Eyes White Dragon. If you can't rock all these powerful cards in this deck, like Karma Cut and Regeki Break, add the 3rd copy of Ancient Rules for heck's sake. This card, free to play. The Melody Awakening Dragon, free to play. All you gotta do is level up Seto Kaiba to get this card. And again, Ultimate Providence, a card that you get from the new structure deck. You get 2 copies of it. Fantastic card for the deck. Another thing too is that if you are a brand new free-to-play player, you can rock stuff like Enemy Controller, like free-to-play. Like, there's so many cards in here that are free-to-play right here. You can rock the Ultimate Provi. You can rock the 2 copies of Enemy Controller. You can use your Dream Ticket that you get for just logging into the game on 1 copy of Regeki Break. You can use your SR Dream Ticket on getting 1 copy of Karma Cut. Free to play. Free to play right here. Look at that. How easy is that? You can get 3 copies of White Stone Ancients for free to play, but even if you couldn't, 2 copies is still okay. Getting Sage of Eyes of Blue, only having 2 copies of that's not the end of the world. You can just substitute for something else. Like, there's so many cards in here that you could sub out for being free to play. Like, it's not impossible. It really is not impossible. Again, this build right here is just an example build on what you want to aim for, but like I just showed you, you can get rid of so many of these cards and substitute them for other things to help you get to platinum rank. Sure, the build I'm going to showcase to you guys a little bit later, for example's sake, is not going to be able to consistently win all the time in platinum or king or legend rank, but it can still get you to king of games, and it can quickly get you up the ladder to platinum rank easily. Like, you can get through bronze, silver, and gold in a snap with the deck. It's just absolutely insane. And here's my free-to-play version of this deck that isn't horrible. Again, it's not the best version of the deck by any means, but this will 100% get you through platinum rank. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, it really will be able to. Again, the only chase cards that you're going to really need to go for is just another copy of White Stone Ancients. Try to get 3 copies if you can, but this is just for example's sake. Maybe you could only get just 1 more copy from the mini box. Sage of Eyes of Blue and Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Maybe you only went through Judgment Force 1 time to only get 1 copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon and only 2 copies of Sage with the Eyes of Blue. Again, what's more optimal is rocking 3 of that and then 2 of this. But again, this is a free-to-play version of the deck. Like I said earlier, 2 copies of Enemy Controller, Regeki Break, Karma Cut. You can get with your just tickets you get for just logging into the game. You utilize your dream tickets on these 2 cards, and then you utilize and get Enemy Controller through your SR tickets. And there you go right here. This is a pretty free-to-play friendly version of the build. And let me just show you guys an example on how this deck works and how you can just combo with it. Okay, so this is the free-to-play version of the deck. We're going against the Yamayuki just for example's sake. Let me show you guys some cool stuff you can do with it. First of all, with a play like this, you're going to want to summon Sage of the Eyes of Blue to search for your boy, White Stone of Ancients. Shout out to the boy. Next up right here, we got lucky and drew into our 1 and only copy cards of Consonants. Well, let's utilize it and pitch White Stone of Ancients to search for 2 cards. Would you look at that? We drew into Blue as White Dragon, and we can utilize Ancient Rules. Boom, bada, bang. There we go. We can summon into our Blue Eyes White Dragon just like that. Now what we can do right here is that we can activate our skill that you can get free to play. You only got to unlock the SOD Kaiba and you can get Alternative Evolution. You can utilize your skill ticket to get this skill. And what you can do is you can change your Blue Eyes White Dragons to Alternative White Dragon and blow up that stinky monster right there. Then what you do is that you just summon it to your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon or Gigantic Castle. In this situation, since we can't OTK, let's go summon into our Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Going to be good for late game plays and all that fun stuff right there. And would you look at that? We can utilize our White Stone of Ancients to search for a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Or what we're going to do here is that we're just going to just set everything. I mean, we should have kept one card, but not the end of the world. It really is not the end of the world. Again, you're going to want to keep one of your cards in hand to trigger your Karma Cut and whatnot, but still. There you go. As you can see right here, we're going to special summon this Blue Eyes from our deck onto the field. We got 2 Blue Eyes. We got Enemy Controller. We got stuff that we can utilize in this duel. Again, this was my first duel on with this free-to-play version of the deck, and it's still slapping. It's still doing the work. Like, boom, bada, bang. We take that out. We go for a game. We had our Regeki break. We had our Karma Cut. It is like easy peasy lemon freaking squeezy right here. And that's just the free-to-play version of the deck, which is just absolutely insane. Again, let's duel our friend Yugi one more time with this version of the deck that is the more optimal version of this deck. Again, this may not be the perfect build, but it's definitely a pretty competitive version of the build. And of course, we had a brick right here. Of course, we had a brick. Here's the thing, I'm going to keep this in the video right here. One thing you got to keep in mind with Blue Eyes White Dragon is that this is a brick heavy deck. Like, there's going to be times we're going to brick really bad, and it is what it is. So we're going to surrender. I'm going to do a new duel right here, but hey, Blue Eyes sometimes bricks, man. It just is what it is. There we go. This is a much better hand than our previous one, that's for sure. Let's go. Again, Blue Eyes is going to brick. It's going to happen. When you're playing Blue Eyes, get prepared to brick. I wanted to keep that part of the video in there. Just a heads up. This deck isn't tier 0 by any means. It's a solid, very solid deck, but it has a chance to brick. Anyways, with an opportunity like this, what we're going to do is that we're going to go into our White Stone of Ancients, sack it off with Sage of the Eyes of Blue to go into your boy Blue Eyes White Dragoon. Boom, bada bang, there we go. We have a couple things we can do here. Nothing too crazy. I think all I'm going to do in this situation is just kind of swing. And then end turn, we're going to activate our Stone of Ancients and then summon into our other Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, nothing too crazy, but still pretty good right here. In situations like this, you're going to hope to draw into Karma Cut or Regeki Break, which is why you're going to rock so many copies of them. But again, that's not always going to happen. But yeah, your defensive back row that's going to help you a lot is Regeki Break and Karma Cut. In this situation too, what we have right here is a lot of options. We can go into the Xyz summon into our Heretic Sun Dragon or our Dragoon. Again, depending on the situation, if our opponent had a lot of stuff on their field, we would probably alternative evolution one of our Blue Eyes White Dragons to potentially pop one of their monsters. Then go into the Xyz summon of Heretic Sun Dragon and then use its ability to pop more cards because this guy has the ability to. Again, this is like the top tier version of the deck right here. We could potentially go to Twin Burst if we want to. Like, we got a lot of options. For this one, I'm going to do just a standard play where we have the option to synchro. Like, again, we now have the option to synchro summon. We have the option to Xyz summon. So many options with this deck when it really gets going. So there you go right there, which is a ton of fun. And again, you just do what you need to do depending on the situation. And boom, bada, bang, there you go. Again, that's what you're going to want to aim for. You're going to want to try to get 3 copies of Ancient, 3 copies of Sage with the Eyes of Blue, and just keep getting that consistency going for you so that you can just keep and just go for just insane combos. And for the last duel of today's video, I'm going to showcase my deck that I've been personally utilizing, and it's my secret sauce that I'm going to showcase to you guys in this right here. Again, I'm going to probably make a full-on video on this deck because this deck techs in Chaos Dragon Levianeer with King of D. And this dual replay really showcases how powerful Chaos Dragon Levianeer can be. This is a Blue Eyes Mirror match. He's going to activate Cards of Consonance and then go into the play of drawing a couple cards. He's going to go summon into his alternative White Dragon. And then he's going to set 2 cards, activate Ancient's Effect to then summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a pretty good optimal turn 1 play. You got 2 big beat sticks on your field. 2 cards that are going to protect you throughout the duel. Really good. Still, I got the better deck here, so I'm about to pop off. Next up, we're going to activate Cards of Consonance, get rid of our Legend. Again, if you have the funds to do it, I definitely recommend getting a 1 copy of White Stone Legend because it can get you some good combos that you're going to see right here. Boom, bada, bang, there we go. We're going to summon King of D, utilize its ability to search for Melody Awakening Dragon. Next up, we're going to activate the Cards Effect to search for Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Also, this dual replay right here was not utilizing Alternative White Dragon, but I did add it into my deck. If I added it to my deck like I did in this duel, I would have been able to search for that and Levianeer, but I did not. Next up, we're going to activate Sage's ability to summon it to Dragon Spirit of White to get rid of back row. And then he activated Enemy Controller, but that's fine. Next up, we're going to banish 3 cards, summon it to Levianeer, pop 2 cards. Next up, we're going to go into the Exceed, summon a Dragulon. Then we're going to steal our opponent's monster, and then go for game. Again, absolutely insane. Levianeer popping the monsters, Dragulon stealing our opponent's monsters. Like, those were some insane spicy plays. Am I right, boys? Am I right? Like, this version of the deck right here is insane. King of D, very powerful card. Levianeer, very powerful card. I'm so happy and excited, and I cannot wait to make a video on that. But there's the secret sauce for today's video. And again, like I said, this Blue Eyes White Dragon deck is just so good for multiple reasons. I just showcased to you guys 3 different decks that you guys can aim for when it comes to playing the game. It's good for both free-to-play players and pay-to-win players, and I cannot wait to see what crazy shenanigans happen with Blue Eyes White Dragon. And let me tell you what, PvP is going to be festive with Blue Eyes White Dragon for a while now, so maybe you might want to consider playing Buster Blader for a little bit. But still, that's going to be it for today's Duel Links video. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys like today's review video. Do you guys like the example-based stuff where it just go against NPCs, or would you rather have me showcase duel replays or whatever the case may be? Let me know in the comment section down below for future reviews. And if this video did help you guys out, you know what to do. Leave a like on the video down below and sub to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Other than that, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios and have a good night.